Happy time, my dear students. Welcome to today's class. Today we are discussing about A Sunny Morning. A Sunny Morning is a romantic comedy that revolves around two elderly individuals who were once lovers but were separated by fate. The play is set in a park in Madrid on a bright sunny morning where two meet unexpectedly after many years. Through witty dialogues and playful banter, they reminisce about their past love while maintaining an air of pride and humor. The two main characters are Donna Laura, a refined and dignified elderly lady, well dressed, elegant, and graceful. She is accompanied by her maid Petra, and Don Gonzalo, a retired, grumpy old man who has lost some of his charm but still retains his pride. He is accompanied by his servant Juanito. As the scene opens, Donna Laura enters the park with her maid Petra and sits on a bench, starts feeding the breadcrumbs to the pigeons, which was her routine. Don Gonzalo enters with his servant Juanito, annoyed that his usual bench is occupied by three priests. Since all the benches are taken, Don Gonzalo sits on the bench where Donna Laura is sitting. Don Gonzalo uses his handkerchief to wipe his shoe. Seeing this, Donna Laura asks him whether he uses shoe brush to wipe his face. They exchange sarcastic remarks. Their conversation is filled with wit and humor, making it clear that they both enjoy teasing each other. A pinch of snuff brings peace between them. They start discussing about the books and authors. As they continue talking, they begin discussing their past. The names of the places like Valencia, Marisela, Silver Maiden sound familiar. They got to know they both were erstwhile lovers. Not ready to reveal their identities, Don Gonzalo tells his own story as his cousin's, whereas Donna Laura as her friend's love story. To test him, she asks for more details. Don Gonzalo tells her that his name was Don Gonzalo and he once courted a beautiful lady named Laura Lorente. He claims that he had been madly in love with her, but circumstances separated him. He tells a dramatic story of how, after a duel with an influential merchant who wanted to marry Laura, he had to flee to avoid being arrested. He claims that he went to Seville and then to Madrid and later to America, where he suffered greatly and could never return to Laura. He fabricates a story. He became deeply depressed and joined the army in Africa, where he fought bravely and died a glorious death, taking Laura's name as his last words. Donna Laura, hiding her identity, plays along and adds her version of story. She tells Don Gonzalo that Laura Lorente was heartbroken when she heard that her lover had fled. She claims that Laura waited for him for years but ultimately threw herself into the sea out of despair. In reality, both Donna Laura and Don Gonzalo know that they are lying. The truth is quite different. Laura did not drown, instead she married 2 years later. Similarly, Don Gonzalo in 3 months ran off to Paris with a ballet dancer. However, both are too proud to admit the truth. Instead of revealing their identities, they chose to part ways with the beautiful illusion that their love story ended tragically, preserving the romantic ideal rather than facing the reality of their aging selves. As they prepare to leave, they share a moment of warmth. They both laugh, enjoying each other's company, and promise to meet again in the park the next day, knowing that their old love still exists in some form. A Sunny Morning is a delightful play that captures the essence of love, nostalgia, and the human tendency to romanticize the past. Donna Lara and Don Gonzalo, though old and changed by time, chose to keep their memories alive in a way that preserves their dignity. Their playful conversation, filled with sarcasm and wit, makes the story engaging, while their unspoken understanding adds emotional depth. Thank you so much.